All right, here we go. Yes. I have a screwdriver up here. Not sure why. All right. Oop. Mic is turned a little bit way down. There we go. Let's crank that up a little bit, actually. Can you hear me now? Amazing. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night Musings. Can you imagine people just coming in here and just seeing that to start off? But yes, what is going on, people? Just starting this up there. I know the always awesome stream got an awesome stream just finishing up right now as we speak here. But back at it here once again here. And yes, the title is very, it's kind of self-descriptive, isn't it? We're ready, guys. The 510 behind me, it's ready. We're finally, tonight's the night. We're finally getting, Mac is finally, I need to quit hitting my table like that. We are finally getting Mac, our Maboo puffer, and our 510-gallon plywood tank here. Before we get to that, though, I see we got some awesome fish folks in here. And I will also say that, too, because I know, one, we are doing this rather late. It is a little bit past 10:30 Central Time here, of course. So, yes, we are going to, I don't know exactly how long we're going to make this, but at the same time, two, obviously some people don't always care for these long. And so I will also have a video kind of describing this as well. In addition to that, another reason why I'm doing this is because it is 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Even later if you're on the Eastern side, which I know a lot of you are. But, if you're also Mountain Time or Pacific Time, then, hey, it's like only 9:30 or 8:30 for y'all. So then you're good. And if you're in Hawaii, then you're really good. But yes, guys, tonight is the night. I tested the water myself, and just for extra measure, extra security, brought it into my most trusted local fish store. And both of our results are pretty much identical. And guys, this big 510-gallon plywood tank, she's ready to go. We are ready to move our Maboo puffer Mac into our plywood tank. But before we get to that, I see we got some awesome fish folk here joining us on this late night musings here on this Tuesday night. Not sure why I had to pause and think about that for a minute, but alas, I did. Collaboration of Curiosity saying hello. Back at you, COC. Good to see you here once again here. Demon Blader here again as well. Ayo, what's up, people? Back at you, Demon. Great. Really appreciate you coming in here. We got Rye Guy Outdoors here as well. The Wave, thumbs up, okay. And of course, a couple of fish emojis there as well. Appreciate you, Rye Guy. Or Rye Guy. I almost said Ray. Actually, I kind of did, but Demon Blader again there. Yep. Counting it down for us too as well. Here we go. We got Big Tank Hank. Good to see you, Hank, here. Double flex there on the chat. Hank always coming in, flexing on the chat and such. Appreciate you coming on in here, Hank. We got this is almost perfect for you because, your name is Big Tank Hank. And, we got a pretty big tank here, right? So, hey, it fits, right? It just fits. Mountaintop puffer, of course. Can't be moving a puffer without a puffer lover here. A couple puffer lovers, actually, at that. Good to see you here, Mountaintop Puffer. Hope all the puffer breeding projects are going well for you. Of course, I got one of my 3 awesome and amazing moderators here. Of course, this one, Liquid Zoo Only Fins. Matt, good to see you. It's time for Austin to dive in. I had half a mind maybe to do that when it was empty, but I guess it's also, I don't know, it's a lot, it is a lot warmer than earlier because I think the night when we first filled this up with hose water, I think I put a external thermometer in there. I think that water was just barely over 60 degrees. It was kind of cold. But now that water, much warmer now. We're sitting at pretty much right around that 78 degrees mark. Actually, we're a little bit above that if you include decimal points. So I guess it would feel a lot better now, but Buddy Viper Aquatics, giving the waves. Good to see you here, Ivy. Another frequent and long-time supporter here. Always awesome to see all those folks here. We got Mark Sturlson saying good day, everyone. Good day to you, Mark. Good to see you. Especially, I know a few of you seeing you at Eric Wyrock's stream there. Another awesome stream by Eric there as well. That man always puts on a great show there. Love just sometimes sitting back and listening to what that fellow's up to. Coro, what's going on? Freaky deaky puffer beaky. I love it. I love it. Sounds like it could be a Dr. Seuss book, right? Nathan's in the chat as well here, saying hello, fishy friends. Hello to you, Nathan, from all of us, the fishy friends here. All right, going through the chat. Hopefully he doesn't jump on me too many times. We got Bib, Shrimpin' Pimpin', Mr. Steve C. Good to see you here, Steve. Giving the hello, hello, hello. Back at you there, Steve. And, there's the first chat jump. And I'm sure knowing the tendency of this chat, it won't be the last. Coro here, of course. Chat search. Here we go. Boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats. Woo! Give me a little Ric Flair there. Appreciate you, boots and cats. Little woo! Giving the old Ric Flair. I got to get like some GIFs or something. That's like one of my favorite GIFs too, is just the Ric Flair. Awesome. Rye Guy going ahead and doing a little bit of an Annette style there with the P Puffer logo, which, by the way, I love. Hashtag, or not hashtag, but still, little snail emoji, snailing it as always. Love it, love it, love it. Going through the chat. Going through the chat. Yes. Yep, Matt, I do remember that. You offered 100 that night, and it was colder than all belief. I mean, holy. I feel like if I jumped that in there, good Lord, I'd have been cold the rest of the night. And I don't know. I'm not a person that necessarily likes to be hot either, but don't like to be freezing either. I'd rather be a little bit toasty compared to cold. And that just, that night, I'm just like, whoo, no thank you. It's also kind of up there, and I have a rather low ceiling, too. So I'd also be kind of worried about getting out of it, though, too, is my next thing. But that's just me. I'm sure I could find a way out, but it's like, nah. Leo, 209 Aquatic, saying hi, all. Hi to you, Leo. Good to see you here. What is that noise over there? Oh, it's my canister. Okay. Nathan, see a question here. So I'll ask again since I didn't get a yes or no. I'm sorry, Nathan. I might have missed you there yesterday. I apologize for that. I try to get everybody, but alas, sometimes some do fall through the cracks. But alas, I have 2 tanks with ick. Ooh, that's never fun. A 10 quart in the tank, and those fish are going into. Should I just move them now? So I am treating 1 tank. Well, I guess it also depends on what you all have in each tank, because at the same time, you definitely don't want to overstock it either, because then that can add stress into the factor too. And if they're already dealing with ick, stress is definitely not something you want to add to the equation. But if it's not overpacked, then it may not be a bad idea, because then, raise the temperature to 1 tank, put some ick-X or whatever ick cure medication or treatment that you like to use, and as long as you don't think yet you're overcrowding the tank and such, then I don't think there'd be any problem with that. You probably would still want to at least raise the temperature of the other tank and probably put a little bit of ick treatment in there too, just to make sure you kill that as well. Because, it's still going to be in both waters nonetheless. But, if you just want to make sure all fish are in 1 tank and it's not overcrowded, then that's not a terrible way to go either. Going down the chat. We got Gina's Reef here, giving a double green hearts. Appreciate you, Gina. One of these times I need to get a reef or two. I was actually just at the fish store looking at all those reef tanks, and getting actual corals and such. So I guess actually a reef tank for me is probably in the, I don't want to say distant future, but it's probably a little ways out there yet, since the only saltwater experience I have really is brackish water. So it's a little ways out there yet, but someday I'm sure I'll give it a try. Rye Guy asking, what did I make sure was okay before the tank transfer? Well, honestly, Rye Guy, so what the deal was earlier, by the way, thank you for the $2 super chat there too. Money is always greatly appreciated, never expected, but always greatly appreciated. Thank you extra much for that. But initially we put it off about this extra week and a half because there was a little trace of ammonia in there. It probably wouldn't have done any damage to the puffer, but at this point, I'm also just like, you know what? We waited this long, so what's another week? Or I was even thinking, like, even if we had to do 2 or 3, you know, a little extra weight just to make sure that, you know, this isn't going to spike. But especially since we have like 3-4 dozen snails in here as well, about a dozen ghost shrimp and then a dozen rosy red minnows that are also doing it. I mean, we got 2 canisters running on this thing now too, a 1,500 gallon grade canister filter, as well as an FX5 running on this thing. Not to mention 2 250 gallon grade sponge filters also helping the filtration out in here. So I'm not overly worried about that getting out of hand here. Still can happen, but not overly worried about it. But just want to make an extra precaution and make sure that you know, was actually going to continue to progress as it should, and it did. So that's the reason why we held up a little bit. Here we go. Again, I don't have my horn on me. Son of a gun. We'll just do that. My favorite Viking fan, Mr. Kenny E. I'm talking Daniken Aquatics saying hello. Hello to you, Danny. Good to see you here. And Kenny. Danny and Kenny there, I'm sure. Maybe just one of you, but whatever. We got Barbara Jackson also here. Oh, and it just jumped on me again. I was trying to click her name. How's it going, Barbara? Good to see you here. Let's see if we missed anybody. I don't think I did. It looks like I got everybody. And if I am lying, I apologize. No, I did miss somebody actually. Jeff Kane waving. How's it going, Jeff? Good to see you here. All right, now I think I'm caught up with all the hellos in terms of people that I haven't seen yet. There's Barbara again there. Her initial hello. Good to see you here. And yes, Leo, snails are very much puffer food, and they've been helping cycle this tank out, and hopefully they've been laying some eggs and such so that we can have plenty of snails in here for a good long while Mac gets accustomed to his new tank here. Going through the chat, and looks like I haven't missed anything. Sweet. All right. So yes, guys, at long last today, as the thumbnail and the title implies, it's finally time. The tank is set up. It's ready. The nitrites, ammonia, everything that you need it to be is all in check here. I put a little net on the top there too to serve us as a temporary lid here. So, well, it's not even a lid, but, you know, a cover nonetheless. And yes, at long last, Mac is ready to move into his new tank here. Or as I would telling the wife by our code here, the king is ready for his kingdom. Which, of course, he'll be sitting right next to the queen of the fish room. Of course, I'm talking Finley over there. So it's going to be a fun little deal here. I see we got another person coming in here. Night Owl Aquatics. I feel like that almost should have been a second name I came up with. I'm very much a night owl myself. Night Owl, good to see you here. Saying hello all. Hello to you. Welcome aboard here. All right. So, how are we going to do this? So first and foremost, a lot of you already know that I'm a person that does not put puffers out of the water. Reason being why you don't do that is you want to keep them in the water because if they puff up out of water and like just puff in air, because that's the next thing. A lot of people think that they inflate themselves with air. Not true. When they're in the water, they inflate themselves by sucking in water to their bodies. And yeah, that's how they get the whole puff thing. Whereas if they inhale air, they can get air pockets trapped in their body. And while that's not the most likely thing in the world, it can still definitely happen. I mean, I guess it's far from impossible either. But it's just a nice little precaution because if that does get an air pocket in there and you're unable to work it out, that can be deadly to a puffer. And not just a Maboo. That's a lot of puffers out there. So we have a pretty decent sized cup here that we're going to scoop up Mac into, and we're going to move him on over into here. And then, yeah, once we move him on into here, we'll just kind of sit back, wash the tank, hang out a bit here. And, yeah, just invite and just, welcome the Maboo Puffer. English is hard for me at this second. Welcome the Maboo Puffer to his new tank. Here's a person I ain't seen in a while. IHSP Tank Tribe. What's going on? Oh my, that hair. I know. Luscious blonde locks, baby. Right now, half the chat is like, Austin, don't you ever do that again. And I agree. Brandon, good to see you here. Saying hi, everyone. Hey to you, Brandon. Don't know if I've seen you here before, too. Good to see you. Oh, what if you're a longtime supporter or if you're new here? Always good to see people coming in on here as we get these late night streams going. All right. So I am going to go ahead and get my phone set up since we are currently on my laptop right now. I'm not sure, honestly, why I didn't do this before my stream. Well, actually, I do know why I didn't do it on my stream. I was watching Eric's live stream, and I totally lost track of the time, hence why I even started this a couple minutes late, because Eric Wyrock, obviously, he and the Rock Pile over there have an awesome stream over there. Always got to make sure that you check out that show if you don't have it on your agenda already, our normal routine of watching streams and such. So, yeah, make sure that you always keep that there. He goes live from 9 p.m. Central Time to 10:30. I believe that's his time frame. And yeah, it's an awesome stream. I mean, dude, I love that man's energy. Absolutely love that man's energy, and just can tell he absolutely loves what he does there, and it's fun to watch. If Eric ever hears that too, I mean, Eric, love your stream, man. It's awesome. I always love just listening to you, whether if I'm working or commenting a little bit. I'm not much of a commenter, admittedly, but I'm always listening. Well, listening as much as I can anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Let's get my phone set up here so we can go over to my booze 40-gallon breeder tank, which has served as his grow out tank for, oh shoot. Well, as I set this up here, I'll also look to see how long has Mac been in this tank here, this 40-gallon breeder. It's been a hot minute. Longer than 8 months, longer than 9 months, longer than 10 months. Oh, jeez. Wow, it's been about a year already. Yeah, it's been high time. Time really flies. I mean, like I say, he's been growing about 1.5 inches about every month and a half or so. So he's over 6 inch by now, probably more like 7 at this point. Somewhere around that. But tell you what, I think once we get him in here too, his growth spurt is just gonna just really take off. I mean, at first he grew really fast, but I mean, a 40-gallon breeder, that's only going to serve for so long, and we've needed to get him out of there probably for the last couple months. I mean, it's not super dire, but we were getting pretty close. Anyway, once again, I need to set up this phone. I need to shut up and get this taken care of. All right. Oh, come on. Please just go through. All right, here we go. Send it over to my phone here. Awesome, here we go. Have a laptop? Yes, it's what we're streaming on right now, StreamYard. Thank you very much for that. All right, here we go. Let's get the screen lock off so that we don't have to watch it vertically, because nobody likes watching it that way. Tank Tribe, yeah, that's the reason why I sometimes don't do that. All right, here we go. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Yeah, see? We got the other screen here, see? Here's me. I'm on 2 screens. Talk about double vision, right? All right, let's see here. Fantastic Freaks number. There we go. Yeah, you know what? Sure, that works. Enter studio. There we go. All right. Let's turn off the volume because I don't need to hear myself. There we go. No, totally mute it because I don't need to hear my voice. I know what I sound like. and it's not all that entertaining. All right, there we go.
Add to stream. Nope. Ew! There we go. All right. Eventually, put me in front of the computer and I'll figure it out eventually. All right. We're going to kill that light. Boom. All right. Behind camera here. I apologize if the mic quality decreases here a bit. My phone isn't horrible, but it is, alas, not as good as, this microphone right here. All right. I also apologize if I don't see in the chat right away. I'll try to keep an eye on that as we do this. Oh. Matt. I know, right? It's like, I'm the last person I want to hear too. I think I know everything and I never shut up. I'm the same way, man. Crazy how that works, right? Scuba Steve-O, how's it going? You're just in time. We're grabbing the net and we are getting ready. Actually, you know what? I don't need that big of a net. That's just going to get caught on crap in the tank. Let's just not do that. And let's also avoid slamming the doors because we do have Amazon puffers up there who I'm sure would not appreciate having too much stuff slammed. All right. That's right, buddy. Here he is, the young king himself. How's it going, Mac? It's time, buddy. You're not going to like this for a little while, but I promise you're going to be okay. In the long run, you are going to like this. Or at least I hope you do. All right. So here's the next challenge here, too. When I built this multi-level stand here, I, like an absolute moron, forgot how low my ceiling is. So, well, you'll know what I'm talking about here in a minute, because I like to do... Nope, we're not going to do that. But I like to move it. So yeah, the freaking pipes here get in the way because, like I say, I'm a moron and didn't think about that when I built this stand here. So what we are going to do is we're going to try to fish him in with this net here, which you can see Mac here already like, what are you doing? I'm not sure if I like this, but promise, Mac, it's going to be okay. We're going to get him into this cup here by just basically, well, we're going to take the cup, use the net, and yeah, scoop him into the cup. You got the idea. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try to do it this way. All right. All right, that should work. That way I can have both my hands here free because unfortunately I'm not an octopus and I only got 2 hands. So anyway. All right, Mac. Are you ready? He's like, no. Oh, go away. All right. Come on, buddy. Don't sink on me. No, 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 no. Come on. Whoop. I also want to be careful because I don't want him to bite me either. Oh, shoot, and I had him in there. Come on, Mac. Come on, buddy. All right, got him. Oh, thanks for that. Not need a drink of water. Ooh, yeah, you don't like that, buddy. I promise we're not going to keep you in there long. All right. Look, I'm going to eventually get the screen right. There we go. All right, there's the puffer. And he is not liking how cramped that is. So we're not going to waste any time. All right. Oh, I lied. We're going to make sure that we get this. Oh, all right. Excuse me just a minute, guys. We're going to get our other screen back up.
There we go. All right. Let's let him go because he absolutely hates this. All right. Here you go, buddy. There he is, guys. Get this out of the way here, actually, for a moment. Already starting to explore. He's like, whoa, it's like I just got moved from an apartment to a 3-story mansion. This will also be good because we'll see if he attacks any of the rosy red minnows, which the minnows were literally just a little over $2 for a dozen. And as I said earlier, I would like to add like a big school of rummy nose tetras or cardinal tetras, maybe even both. But want to make sure that he's actually going to tolerate that. And I guess the rosy red minnows are a very cheap way to find out if he will or will not. How you doing, Mac? That's right, buddy. New home. This is yours. I think he's still trying to figure out just what the hell just happened, but he's like, whoa, I was in small tank. Now I'm in less smaller tank. I'm in way bigger tank. That sand probably also feels a little bit different to him too, because it's a lot finer grain. There was play sand in his 40-gallon breeder. This is actually pool filter sand, as a lot of you will know from past streams when we were setting this thing up. Some rosy red minnows. Like, yeah, I mean, if you swim in front of his mouth, though, guys, that's probably not going to go too well. And I wouldn't get too mad at the puffer if he did that thing. It's like, no, if you're going to swim in front of his mouth, then you're kind of asking for it. I'm going to go ahead and actually dim the lights just a wee bit. You're at about 50% there. I'm going to bump it down to 20. There we go. He's definitely stressed right now, but once he kind of gets used to this new home of his, I think he's going to be feeling a lot better. All right, guys, I think let's go ahead and let's see. Leo, this tank right here is 510 gallons. The tank that Mac was in earlier was a 40-gallon breeder. So that would be 3 feet side to side and then 18 inches front to back. It served him for just a little under a year, and looking at him now, honestly, in here now, it's like I might have underestimated. He's bigger than 6.5 inches. He's probably more like 7.5 inches. He might be even getting pretty close to 8 there, because his body isn't all that big right now. His tail is getting really long and adding length there, but I think that's all going to change very, very quickly once he starts getting accustomed and fully comfortable in this tank. He's going to have like one heck of a growth spurt. If you're talking about the puffer here, no, because mainly the main way you're going to ever have to worry about pufferfish poison or their toxin, more appropriately, is basically if it either one gets in your bloodstream somehow, or if it alas has or if you ingest it, which I'm not sure why you'd want to ingest any live fish, let alone a puffer. But that's basically how you get the pufferfish toxin in their in your system, which, yeah, don't recommend that. Oh, platypus, yes, that too. All right, get that out of there. But yeah, like you can, like I could touch him on the back right there, which he would not appreciate. But alas, no, I would not get poisoned or whatever. Because no, that's fortunately that's not how their toxin works. Because if it was, well, if that was how it works, I'd have been dead probably about 2-3 years ago. Because there is no antidote to their venom, and it's supposedly, well, it's way more toxic than even cyanide. And I don't think I need to explain that, how lethal that can be. I'm not sure what exactly the variable is for how much more lethal tetrodotoxin, the toxin in a pufferfish, is compared to cyanide, but it is considerably more potent. That's for sure. All right. While I was up and about, make sure I didn't miss anything here. Steve-O, yeah, I was kind of worried about that. Because I mean, that cup was it was a little cramped for him, and I was sitting here like, oh, please don't jump out, please don't try to jump, please don't try to jump. But nope, he was good. He did not try to jump, and I mean, I had the net just sitting right there on the tank, which actually it still is. But no, if he would have jumped, we would have got him right away. And then at that point, it's like, nope, you're already out. So nope, we're just rushing you into the water. He is still panting like crazy. He is one stressed puffer right now, but promise, buddy, it's going to be better. It's going to be better. I mean, it already kind of is. The worst part's over, but I don't know if the minnows are curious to him or more just fearful, because sometimes those fish can sense when a predator is in the water, and of course, Mac is exactly that. A moo puffer is very much a predator, and I need to quit right clicking. Right. Oh yeah, he was actually fed earlier. I kind of figured out because I mean I can tell you right now I can tell you now he's probably not going to he's not going to want to eat for tonight right now. He's going to be one stressed fella, but plenty of ghost shrimp, plenty of snails in there for him to snack on whenever he's ready. He's got a lot of stuff in there to hunt down whenever he wants to. So, in fact, he I think has an eye on a snail, which is right there. Probably can't see it very well on the glass because it's only about it's not very big at all. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to readjust this. I'm going to set this up to where you guys can look at him because you don't want to see me. You want to see the puffer. And we'll just talk about this as well. And oh, Gina, are you going to? I about to say, but I see Gina's comment here now. Like Gina, if you want to stream, I can. I mean, we've basically done the main side. I can wrap this up if you want to stream. Don't want to. I mean, the whole reason why I went this late too is because I didn't want to go over Eric's stream either because, well, one, I would lose. Two, the more bigger reason is I like watching Eric's stream as well. Okay, oh come on! Oh, please don't detach anything. If my camera goes out as I adjust my computer, I will be back on here shortly. And no, I will not have to make a new stream because StreamYard is not as much of a pain in the ass as YouTube is. All right. Adjust the camera. There we go. Adjust it a little bit more. There we go. Kill that light. There we go. Scoot my table forward. And now, switch my mic back over. There we go. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the pufferfish's toxin actually comes within their skin, actually. I think their intestines also carry the toxin, but I think it's mostly something that they just have within their system. I don't know if it's just necessarily their organs though. But I'm not but I guess at the same time, I mean, I know some people look to me at puffer knowledge, but I gotta be honest, I'm not 100% sure on how that all works with puffers. I used to know a little bit more, but yeah, something like that. Oh, there you go. Oh, their liver, huh? Okay. I mean, I'm sure, like I say, their organs do. I mean, their skin, I believe, all like I say, also carries some of that toxin in there too. Because I mean, if you ever see a chef prepare fugu, they take it off entirely, which I'm not gonna lie, for me is cool, but at the same time hard to watch. Feel like Mac is just looking at all these other fish here too. It's like it's been a long time since I've had tank mates. He has swam with other fish though before. He used to have some feeder guppies with him earlier, back when I had the arrowhead puffer chief and such, and even had some back when I had my dragon puffer Mushu once upon a time. They always loved to chase them down and get a hold of them whenever they could, have the thrill of the hunt and such, which Mac will definitely have here too whenever he gets settled down enough. That jungle valve there, no, is just really taking off. You can see it's kind of growing past that volcano over there too, which I'll turn. I mean, over there too, kind of back by the volcano and such. I mean, some of the anchorists there, I've kind of had to move over because, I mean, I may not even keep the anchorists in there, honestly, because that jungle valve is just spreading like a wildfire. All right, let's center this again. I wish I could zoom my camera here, but unfortunately it's not that talented. Whoop. Going up. Up. Craig, how's it going? Mr. Craig's Catfish Cave saying hi. All hi to you, Craig. Sitting here, just observing Mac as he soaks it all in and probably gets over his miniature heart attack from just moving him over from his 40-gallon breeder home to what is a major upgrade. This is a 510-gallon plywood tank. Once he gets settled down here, I'm sure he's not going to be too active tonight, but maybe once we turn the light off and such, maybe he'll get a little more active and more free-willing to kind of go about the tank and explore his new domain. Blake Adams, don't think I saw you here earlier today. Welcome aboard, Blake. Son wanted to know how old is he. In terms of the puffer, I've had him for pretty much right spot on for a year. Obviously, he wasn't very big when I got him too. He was like less than an inch when I got him. I mean, he was very, very much a baby when I got him. He was like, I think, just shy of an inch when I got him, and now I want to say, yeah, he's. I said earlier about 6.5, but I was saying, like, probably looking at him in here now, it's like, no, I think he's well over 7 now. He's probably more like 7.5, maybe starting to get really close to knocking on the door of 8. He grew about an inch every month and a half-ish or so. I think he's gonna really go. I think he's really gonna go have a crazy growth spurt though. Now that he's in here though. Might take him a couple days to get used to his new tank fully here, but I see you, Rye Guy, there too. I mean, as you also said, I think once we once we also turn off the lights here and such, and he's not gonna. Hopefully that'll help him also settle down here, and it'll encourage him to go out and about and explore, his new home. I'm already noticing though he's not panting as much though now. I think he's now just kind of saying back, "Oh, you thinking about taking a little swim, buddy?" He's thinking about it. He's almost turned a full 90 degrees. There you go. He has turned a full 90 degrees. And then some now. Seems like he's maybe getting ready to maybe go out and about and take a little swim, explore the new water here. Or maybe he just wanted to turn away because he's like, I'm tired of facing the camera, dang it. Demon, I actually got that volcano bubbler at a fish swap. Actually, it was an Omaha fish swap about a couple years ago, I believe. Somebody was just selling off some old aquarium decor, and yeah, I liked it, and yeah, here we got it. I'm thinking maybe later on, I might try putting like some river rock, like some bigger river rock by it to kind of give it a little more of an accent or so, but something like that. I don't know. Leo, that is a very good question. It kind of there's a lot of variables that kind of go into answering that question. So I guess without going on a full tangent here, it kind of depends on all the variables and such. Oh, there you go, guys. He has lifted himself from the sand. He's really starting to explore now. Or maybe he feels like maybe he can be a little more secure and safe through the jungle val. He should be familiar with jungle val and crypts too, because as you saw earlier, we did have some of that in this 40 breeder. But Leo, back to your question there. It also kind of just depends on what you all want to do and how big you want to make the tank. I mean, if you're making it to where you only need, I mean, if you're only making about 8 feet long, which is about how the typical size of sheets of plywood. I mean, if you go to a lumber yard, like a specialized lumber yard, then I'm sure you can get bigger. But then it would be maybe a little bit more difficult because you're just going to have more work to do with the seals and such. And well, honestly, that's kind of the more long, stressful part. But I would say the biggest thing, is he about to take down some snails here? Or is he just going to test out the wood? That sounded terrible. But that's the main thing. I would also say though, the main thing there though too is that it's more time consuming than it is difficult. As long as you do your homework on that, which I recommend. I've said it on the channel before, and I'll say it again. Highly recommend. I mean, obviously, King of DIY has a couple of videos talking about plywood aquariums. My number one guy that I go to talk about plywood tanks is Aquarium Domain. That guy, I mean, the majority of his fish room literally is like plywood aquariums. In fact, he's actually in the series right now. Yep. Oh, he did get out of the camera. There we go. He's over there now. He's chilling over by the wood. He found a new spot to lay down. Well, actually, he's not laying down. He is still scooting along on that sand. But I guess I'm fumbling around with it too because I guess there's a lot of variables that go in to building a plywood tank because it depends on how big you want to make it, like the dimensions and such, like how long, how wide, how tall, how many viewing panels you want. I mean, do you want a sump? Do you want to do canister filters like what I do? it's a lot of different there's a lot of different variables in there, but I would say yeah, once you do, it's more time consuming than it is difficult, really. Yep. I mean, there's a reason why I buy most of my aquarium decor used. I'm all right with just, I mean, I'm all right with sometimes getting the used stuff because, yeah, put it in some hot water and vinegar and that'll clean her right up usually. Or at least that's what I use anyway. But, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I did with the volcano. And I mean, you saw it there earlier. Yeah, it's doing not bad. And I mean, I can tell you now, I did not pay $30 for that volcano. Yeah, I'm just not down for that. But but yeah, on Amazon, brand new aquarium decor though. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like that pirate ship that I have with the green spotted puffers. Some sites want to charge like over $100, sometimes even over 150, and yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Or at least that's my opinion. I would never want to pay that much. It's silly. I mean, honestly, one of these times maybe need to go with one of these times gotta probably go with Chattanooga Ed and see if he can build one of those because God forbid that man makes so many crafts on his streams and such. I feel like one of these times gotta be like, yo, you gotta make a pirate ship or something. Knowing Ed, he'd probably know a way how to do it too. Hopefully that big wood piece there gives Mac a little bit of comfort as well because I know in his 40-gallon breeder that's kind of the tank he liked to swim and just hang out by the most. He liked to kind of hang out underneath the wood branch or arc or whatever. It's just so yeah, hopefully that wood piece will also kind of help him settle down. I also think it just looks good in general too. Some noises coming from my FX5 there. It's only been on for a little over 48 hours there and such because obviously talked a little bit about it yesterday on the stream there and such. Yeah, see, that's my thought too. I mean, it's not like this stuff is actually all, it's just like I don't get it. It's just a lot of this decor stuff. Yeah, it's not even healthy for your fish and all that. Like that pirate ship back there. I mean, actually, to be fully honest, I don't remember exactly where I got that one, but I mean, I guarantee you go to a fish store and see that pirate ship. That would easily probably be about a $60 piece. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool. Would I do that too many more times again, though? Absolutely not. It's just, I don't know. If I'm going to pay a high dollar for aquarium decor, I'd just rather get wood pieces like that. And I would also rather not hit my computer screen because that messes you guys up. But that's just me. I'd rather spend the extra money on just getting actual real rocks or actual real wood like such or real plants like what I have in here. If it's already going to be, maybe a little bit pricey, you just as well try to make it look natural. I mean, that's me. But obviously not everyone has the time or the patience to try to take care of, live plants, which that part, fine. Fake plastic plants or whatever kind of fake plants you want to get, there are some cheaper options out there and some cheaper options that are not going to totally break the bank. But I don't know. That's just me. It's like if I'm gonna have to open my wallet anyway for some of this stuff, I just assume make it look natural and make it more of an ecosystem rather than just a cheap looking aquarium, Jeff, oh my gosh, yes. I tell you what though, Jeff, what I have learned though, go to your fish swaps and such. Like that wood piece right there that you see in my tank. I mean, yeah, I did pay $100 for it, but I mean, that's at well, actually, it was a little over $100, so I take that back. It was a little bit over that. But I mean, Aqua Show and such, I tell you what, you go to those conventions and such, you can get wood for like half the price, maybe even a little bit better compared to like what you would get to compared to like your local fish stores, and especially like chain stores and such. There you go. Especially for bigger tanks like this, absolutely. Some of that stuff would actually be really good. I mean, you definitely want to boil it first, or at least that's kind of what I do. Not rocks though. Never boil rocks. But yeah, woods and all that. I mean, it's. I mean, some people keep saying like, "Dude, you live right by the Missouri River. Go try that." And one of these times I probably should. I mean, actually, I think it was Father Fish that once told me that. It's like, dude, you're right by the Missouri River. Go get wood by the Missouri. Demon saw you earlier here. Pea puffers, like sandy substrate or gravel substrate. Pea puffers, and I would say really any puffers, I would highly recommend a sandy substrate. And the finer of a grain of sand that you can give them, the better. I mean, play sand is perfectly fine, in my opinion. Some people will say, no, you should do a little finer than that. And don't get me wrong, a finer grain of sand is definitely not going to hurt anything. But I would not recommend gravel as you kind of see here, even with Mac right here. They do kind of like to wallow on the sand and such and just hang out there at times when they're just chilling and such. And gravel actually can scratch up your puffers sometimes, hence why I try to avoid it. I mean, pea puffers are a little bitty thing too, so it probably wouldn't take much for them, but I would highly recommend to go with a sandy substrate there versus gravel. And that's, yeah, that to me is with really any puffer, but especially peas. Absolutely, Danikin. See that Kenny E, the man himself, heading to bed. Appreciate you coming in here, Kenny, as always. I'll have to try to get live with you on Friday here again, man. I'm not sure what my plan is going to be for work on that day just yet, but if I'm back home and such, I'll let you know what's going on, Kenny. Hopefully, I can catch you guys there because obviously, with the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, we got to talk a little bit about that. Oh, and right as I mentioned Aaron Rodgers, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Peplin Creek Aquatics. How's it going, Brian? Don't think I actually saw you earlier. I'm sure, Brian, you got to be a really happy man based off some news that you heard here earlier today with the 4-time MVP. All right. Leo, what is the best sand? Pool filter sand or what other? I guess it kind of depends on what you all want or how fine of a grain of sand you want. I mean, in terms of how fine of a grain of a sand, I mean, pool filter sand, yeah, is really, really good. And it's usually clean out of the bag. However, I always say no matter what sand you get, unless it's Argonite, because even that one, then yeah, I don't. But Argonite sand, yeah, don't rinse it out. But pool filter sand, I also use a lot of play sand and such, like what you use for sandboxes and such. And I just wash the hell out of it, basically. But, I mean, yeah, we basically, Brian, I'll get to you in just a minute. But I would say pool filter sand is a really good one to use there, Leo. Play sand is pretty good, too. The only thing about play sand is it does have some bigger rocks mixed in there. Nothing huge like what a river rock would be or anything. But big enough where you sometimes got to worry about it. But I would say, yeah, it's pool filter sand, if you can get a hold of it, is a really, really good one to get. That would be the best one here, and the one that I'm starting to use a little bit more. Play sand is a little bit cheaper, but pool filter sand is only about like $5-6 more. So it's not, either way you go, it's not too bad. But if $5-6 isn't going to break your bank, I just go pool filter sand. Anyway, Peplin, no, you guys did not sign Rodgers. However, reportedly very late last night and this morning, the New York Jets, like a lot of their administration, are flying over to California to talk with Aaron Rodgers. And it is confirmed because the Packers did grant the New York Jets permission to go and have talks with Rodgers. So apparently there are the trade talks with Rodgers and the New York Jets just became very, very real. Oh, Brian. Are we trying to get a link to somebody here? I don't know if Matt is in here. I haven't seen Zen in here though. She's probably off to bed though, knowing Zen. But is there a channel that we're looking to get here? Someone tells me a channel name here. I can try to track it down here. Ooh, excuse me. Woo. Coro. All right. Dr. Black 66. Okay, let me see here. Oh, wow. This fella's getting pretty close to 800 subs, huh? All right. Can't say I've ever heard of this guy, actually. But then again, the Fish Fam is huge. So here you go, guys. There's his channel link for you. Oh, he's from Australia. Very cool. There you go, guys. The Dr. Black channel link right there. If there's any troubles with the link, guys, let me know and I'll see if I can get that fixed. But there's that. Absolutely. We're all in this together. We're all, life is not a competition, it is a journey. Yes. Is he about to go live? Is that also why we're bringing him up? See, wow, we are already going on to an hour here. Goodness gracious, time flies. Yep, I think Mac has kind of found his place to just chill for the night. I see he's still lightly panting again, but I think he's going to do that for a little bit tonight as he tries to settle down and settle in, which is totally normal. I mean, when they get moved and such, yeah, it's a process for them, and even bigger tank and all that, which is this is gonna be a lot better for him in the long run, but it's still a stressful process for a fish to be moved from one tank to another. I couldn't believe how much he filled up that cup when we moved him over, though. Holy crap! I mean, he's a little bigger than I initially thought. Like I was saying, like, okay, never mind. He is not 6 inches. He's definitely a little bit bigger than that. He's probably at least an inch or inch and a half bigger than that. IHSP back. No need to apologize. There are definitely more important things going on than me. Oh, little fur baby picked a fishy with me. Nice. Little roughhousing, absolutely. Steve-O. Love it. Love it. Love it. Jeff, no, not this one. A lot of the puffers, I mean, yeah, they do this thing called a practice puff, which is just kind of like their form of a workout and keeping their muscle exercised and such, which is normal. They sometimes do that. I couldn't tell you what rate and such, but um, I did once upon a time have a hairy puffer, and I caught him practice puffing a couple times actually, and it is really kind of cool to see him do it. But nope, Mac here, my Maboo puffer, I've never seen him do that. And honestly, I kind of don't want to see my puffers puff up because if they do, even though it might just be, as I said, a practice puff with them working out or whatever, it's going to make me think that something is very wrong with the water, and it's going to really freak me out. So if I'm going to be open and honest, I kind of don't want to see it. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, if they feel like they're being threatened by each other, then yeah. But no, even pea puffers. I had pea puffers for a little over 4 years, probably just shy of 5, which is I had most of the time where I was keeping them was before I had a channel. Like towards about the final, I want to say year of their life is when I had my channel, like right at the very beginning stages. But I mean, yeah, they're a super cool fish, but. All right, it's hard to believe we've already done this for a little over an hour. Pick this camera up. Let's just get a whole wide view of this aquarium here real quick. And hopefully I can hold it steady. My cord is a little bit tangled. Sorry, guys. There we go. There it is, guys. Trying to hold it as still as possible. But a wide view. This is Mac's new home. Zero in on the puffer a little bit. There he is right there by his long spiderwood branch. I believe that's spiderwood anyway. A lot of snails right by him too. So yeah, he is definitely trying to just hunker down, get used to his new surroundings, which will take a hot minute, but he will definitely get a little bit better. Color change? Nope. Well, I don't have the color changing light in there, Frank, for the volcano earlier, but I mean, yeah, it's still kind of cool though, nonetheless. I have thought about put that in there, but I also felt like I didn't want to put too much crazy decor in here once I first put the puffer in here because yeah, I don't want him to be any more stressed out than he has to be, and I don't know. I also don't like the idea of having lights all the time flashing in the aquarium either. So I thought about it, but no, I took the lights out actually when I initially got this. But I mean, it's still cool. I love that volcano thing. Oh, what the heck is this popping up on my computer? Get this out of here. Whoop. Thank you, Frank. Yeah. I think it turned out okay. I mean, still working on some parts there, but well, I'm not really working on any major parts because if I was, well, he wouldn't be in there. But oh, excuse me, goodness. I can see all the snails out around here. When he starts hunting down these snails, I tell you what, this little guy is about to pig out. All right, what time is it anyway? 11:36. We'll go a little bit longer here. Uh-oh, that one rosy red. Buddy, you are slowly creeping into a danger zone. Actually, Mac didn't seem like didn't look like he was too interested in chasing him down, actually. He just like, nope, I'm just good, sitting right here, chilling, just trying to still figure out what in the absolute heck just happened to me. A demon, the beta, well, actually, both betas are doing good. Well, there's currently 2 betas down here, but if you're talking about the wife's beta, doing good. Still hanging out in that 10-gallon tank down there. Gonna move that tank over to her office in a couple weeks. Might do a little video on that there too. It might even just be a YouTube short, I would imagine. Even if I do a video, it's not going to be overly long, but yeah, something like that. But yeah, the beta's doing fine, as is the beta sorority tank in the 29. That beta's doing well as well with all the German blue rams, serpes, and diamond tetras. Everyone's doing pretty good in there. Frank, nice. Pug the Fahaka, getting an upgrade soon. Very nice. Upgrade from what size tank to what's going to be the new tank there, Frank? As little known fact, some of you might recall, but this has been a hot minute. Even Finley over there had a grow out tank, much like Mac did here. Finley, however, her grow out tank was that 29-gallon tank that, now my beta sorority tank is in. And then, we moved her from that 29 to the 150. So, and then, Mac get moved from a 40 breeder to a 510. Nice, Frank. 50 to 100, getting double the gallonage. Very nice. Yes, this tank is, it's big. It's by far the biggest I've ever had. It's the first tank I've ever had that, one, had the 8-foot dimension, two, had the 3-foot front to back dimension. And I guess if people want to run the actual measurements, this thing is 8 foot and 1 inch long, 3 foot 3 inches front to back, and 31 inches tall. Which, if my math serves me correctly, and it very well may not, because I frankly suck at math. But it's big. But I believe, that gets just shy of 510. Don't think it's quite there, but it's close. All right. I'm thankful that, we fed him here earlier, because that's going to help him, knowing that, he still had a good dinner here earlier. Can't imagine having a tank so large, though I will get to experience it. Very nice. Getting a pool. I mean, there you go, IHSP, trying to get a little bit of a Ohio Fish Rescue vibes going on in the fish room there. I mean, Ohio Fish Rescue, that like pool that they turn into a pond. Whoo! Pond goals, baby. Pond goals. I mean, I never would have thought of having something like this for a while. I mean, 4 years ago, guys, my biggest tank was a 55. Now, I mean, this is a 5, like I said, with the 510, we also, I got a 150, I got a 125, I got a 240, I got a couple 75s down here as well. I mean, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks that are triple digits right now down in the fish room. And whenever I get this freaking 185 finally going, I'll have 5 running. I never thought I had that many huge tanks. Stephen P, how's it going? Good to see you. Saying evening, folks. Evening to you, Stephen. Winding down here as we have introduced our Maboo Puffer Mac here to the 510-gallon plywood tank. He is not fully sure what to think right now, but I think after tonight, when we turn off the lights and such, and he has a moment to calm down and collect himself, I think he's going to learn that he's just been put in a pretty good situation here. Or at least a lot better than a 40-gallon breeder. I think he's going to have a massive growth spurt in here. Which we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that too. We're going to have a lot of update videos here, of course, on this too. So if you're new to the channel here and have not done so already, be sure to click the subscribe button if you want to keep track of Mac's growth and see how everything goes here. Of course, plenty of other things going to go on here. I got a fish swap again coming up here in Des Moines, not this Sunday, but a week from this Sunday. 2 weeks from this past Sunday that we just went through, for reference. But excited for that there. Should be fun. It's been a hot minute since I've been to that stream there too, so I'm really eager to get out there. There's a big stream here too that I'm very close to making an announcement on too. So keep an eye open for that, and I know it's one that a lot of people ask me about. But again, I mean, just kind of sorting the final bits and pieces out here and not putting a timetable on it. But I would say hopefully within the next, well, like I say, I'm not going to put a timetable on it, but I would say hopefully no longer than a couple months. Going to throw out there like, yep, going to this one and this one. Want to at least make one big one here because unfortunately I don't think any aqua shells are going to work this year. Of course, things can change, but Daytona, 100% is not happening. Dallas, dismal maybe, at best. It really is, Steven. I mean, I think I was at the Omaha swap earlier, and Kenny in Whip's World was telling me like about the swap that we got going on in like Madison, Wisconsin earlier, which I am thinking about. It would be kind of cool because I haven't. I mean, I have met Whip before. Saw him at Aqua Show Chicago earlier. Have not met Kenny E and Danny from Danikin Aquatics. Would be really awesome to meet them along with some others there. Hopefully, one of these streams, Steve and I can meet you there in person as well. It's always nice to finally meet people face to face. But that was one cool thing. I mean, that's the thing I probably remember most of Aqua Show Chicago is just finally meeting so many people face to face. I mean, meeting John and Lisa from KG Tropicals was cool. Met the Metalheads there as well. I mean, Science Gal. I mean, James and Ed were there again. Jason, Primetime Aquatics, he was awesome. Ohio Fish Rescue, Big Rich and all them there too. I mean, Sean Peck, or as a lot of y'all probably know him as Peck Tech. Cool to see him. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, if I listed all the cool people that I met at some of these bigger conventions, I mean, it's crazy. And yeah, it's awesome to meet all these people. That's honestly what I remember. Jeff Kane asks, what state do I live in? Jeff, Demon has your answer right here. That's right. IOWA. Yep, I am in Iowa. Council Bluffs, Iowa, actually, to be precise there, Jeff. But yep, I am about as western Iowa as you can get. Like, if I went any more western, I'm like about 10, 15 minutes away from the Nebraska border, which, of course, would bring me over into Omaha. Stephen P., I mean, I'm telling you what, man, I keep looking at that, and I'm trying to save up some stuff. The problem is right now, the main problem right now and why I don't want to commit to anything huge right now are, I mean, the cool thing is the Clash isn't until September, so there's plenty of time. But the main reason why I also haven't made any major announcements on that as well, though, too, is, well, right before the holidays, obviously, I ended up running into a deer with my old car, so I am paying off the final bits and fees and taxes with my new car, which is always expensive. I think overall that's been, well, I'm not going to go in dollars on cents that, but trust me, it's in the thousands of dollars, which is a huge hit for me to take. But I would say, yeah, I mean, like I say, both of the Aquashellos this year, it's pretty unlikely. I know for sure 100% not going to be able to make Daytona. I would love to go to Dallas because, of course, I got my bachelor's degree at a university in Texas, so I got a lot of friends that live there, especially the Dallas-Fort Worth area there. Would love to get back down there and not even just go to Aquashello, but see them again. But I don't know. This year, it's just, I mean, that in May is going to be a really busy month for me. So, unfortunately, that's just not going to work. But, yeah, I would say if I can make any big, I will say this, if I can make any big convention this year, the Keystone Clash is probably number one on my list for want to go. I mean, things in Wisconsin and Illinois, I mean, that's not too bad because, I mean, yeah, from getting one side of Iowa to the other is a little over 4 hours, and I don't care about that. I mean, if a fish swap is only 8 hours away or so, or even if it's 10 hours away, because I mean, Chicago for me was about 8.5. And it's like, I have no problem with that. I can make a weekend out of that. Me and my wife, we'll do some fishy things, go sightseeing and see some cool things there as well. And yeah, stuff like that. But it's also cool that you're going to Disney there too. Disney World is, I presume Disney World, because if you're going to Daytona, that's what it's close to. I think you said you're going to Daytona. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Steven. But I mean, yeah, I've been to Disney World for a while, or it's been a hot minute since I was there. But I want to say that was my sophomore year in high school, which has been, oh goodness gracious, not quite 15 years ago. I want to say it's been 13 or 14 years ago. But it's cool. I mean, I also like the roller coasters there. I mean, that's what I go to amusement parks for. I'm a roller coaster fanatic. I love that stuff. One of these points, I want to get to Ohio and go to Cedar Point. Like, that's my dream amusement park right there, man. Over a dozen roller coasters. Sign me up. See, we got some talk on some libraries and some Corey's here in the chat here. Glad people are hopping on that because, yeah, I'll admit, Corey's, I mean, it's not that I dislike Corey's. I'm just more of a Loach fan myself. I mean, like, if I'm going between, if you're asking me to go between, like, Corridoras or Loaches, I mean, I look at, like, I mean, yeah, for reference, I have Clown Loaches. I have Yo-Yo Loaches. I have a Dojo Loach as well. I mean, yeah. I don't know, just my personal taste. I like Loaches just a little bit better than Corey's, but that's just me. I thought so. So, Stephen P., you are going to Disney World. I am jealous, sir. But Daytona Shella is a huge maybe, leaning towards probably not. It will depend on how broke we are after Disney and Keystone Clash. I gotcha. Well, the Keystone Clash would be after Daytona, though, wouldn't it? Because isn't Daytona like coming up here soon, or am I off there? I thought Daytona was coming up like in the next month or so, but I guess I haven't looked too deep in Aquashella, like I said too, because I just kind of know with me it's just not going to happen this year probably. But I mean, hey, Disney World, that place is awesome. Take a ride on the Aerosmith coaster for me, as well as the Tower of Terror. Loved those rides. Or do they even have the Aerosmith coaster, the Rock and Roller Coaster anymore? I mean, yeah, it's been over a decade since I've last been there. In November? Okay, I gotta look this up because I thought like they were all doing them like earlier this year, but let me see here. Aquashella 2023. Let's see here. Aquashella, the world's premier aquarium convention. Anyway. All right. Ah, yes, you are correct, Stephen. Daytona, November 5th, or November 4th, rather, and 5th. And then Dallas is on May 20th and 21st. So you are correct. It is actually in November. I stand corrected. Good on you, Stephen. Aquatic Moose, I'm with you. Aquatics, when can we expect the next single drop? Yes, I need some more of that Stephen P. fire. I need Stephen P. to drop some more lyrics for me here soon. It's been a hot minute, Stephen P. Get a couple more here. Maybe one of these times we got to come up with like a puffer rap or something. Because yeah, I know Stephen P. You were talking about avocado puffers, spotted Congo puffers. So after you keep a puffer for a while, we might need to do like a puffer rap or something, man. I don't know how well my rap skills would be though, so I might leave that just up to you. Actually, I'm I'm one of those where it's like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm one of the human beings that have any business rapping. Honestly, I can give it a try, but I mean, I don't want to damage your brand though. Oh, there you go. If Aquatic Moose before 2024 maybe did two songs, one of them on Mystery Snail Guardians channel. I think I remember you doing one on that channel there actually. Demon Blader, yes. Spotted Congos, I mean, they are not the cheapest puffer, I will tell you that. But I tell you what, they're still easily like one of my top 5 favorites overall. Spotted Congo puffers are awesome. And as far as puffers go, they're probably one of the more docile ones out there too. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're a cool puffer and such. I wish I would have maybe gave them mine a little bit bigger. I had 2 of them inside a 40-gallon breeder. I feel like I should have had a few more. If I do it again, I'm either going to put them in a 75 or a 60 breeder. That way, instead of 2, I can go ahead and put in, I'm thinking maybe like 4 or something like that. But I don't know. I love it. I love it. Oh, love it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Koro is right. Steven did do 2 songs last year. I remember that now, actually. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, yeah, if you want to get a trio spotted I mean, fortunately, the cool thing is I have some stores here in the area that are okay with financing for fish and such. That's sometimes you got to build some trust with your fish store before they'll do that. But usually, as long as you prove yourself trustworthy to them and be like, and prove that, hey, I do know what I'm doing, at least somewhat. But then usually they'll work with you a little bit. But yeah, that is one thing. Spotted Congos. I mean, the price. I mean, that bill can go up quickly if you get a few of them. I mean, I think the cheapest I've ever seen them per piece around my neck of the woods here is about 125 per fish. I mean, you think about that times 4. I mean, good lord, that's. I mean, yeah, you're talking $500 right there, not including the tax or whatever that would be. But they're a cool puffer, but not the cheapest puffer. ABC Aquatic Biotape Creations. Good to see ya. ABC, ABC. Good to see you here. Saying what's up, fish fam? What's up with you, ABC? Appreciate you checking in here as we keep this late night musings rolling. I think we're about to wrap it up here. Yeah, it's getting close to midnight here in the in Old Council Bluffs here. We're actually getting close to an hour and a half. So, you know, we will make sure we're going to go ahead and push this to an hour and a half and then we'll start wrapping this up. But yeah, it's Spotted Congos. I highly recommend that. Yeah, Demon, if you find a good deal on them, definitely give them a shot. They are awesome. Jeff Kane. Oh, that's a great channel. I love Dan's Fish. I mean, it seems like the dude's doing a giveaway all the dang time, too. Not that that's a problem, but, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's like, dude, you have so many cool fish. I got to tell you, I mean, if I had some of the cool fish that he had, I'm not going to lie, probably be a little more selfish. I kind of want to hang on to those. But, I mean, yeah, Dan's Fish. Awesome channel. Dude has awesome stream and just awesome fish in general. Love what that guy does. Fish Tank Frank, yeah, Abai puffers. Those are cool and such beautiful markings. I love them. But actually, funny enough, Frank, I actually have an Abai puffer right now. If you dig back on the channel a little bit, I do have a video, actually a couple videos on him, I believe, because initially he had a grow out tank too. He was in a 20-gallon high. Now he occupies a 40-gallon breeder himself, not the same one that Mac was in, of course, but He does a different 40 breeder, and yeah, those I tell you what, those are in terms of markings. He has grown on me fast. It's absolutely beautiful puffer. ABC, it's almost 1 a.m. here. Woo! You must be on the east in the Eastern time zone than ABC. Almost 1 a.m. here. Feeding some fish before I call it a night. Hey, absolutely. Appreciate you still coming in here, though. Yes, Rams. And it's unfortunate, too. Rams are such an awesome fish, but yeah, they tend to get icky, which is kind of why whenever I have Rams, I don't mind cranking the temperature up closer to those lower 80s and such. Because, I mean, yeah, ick, the 10, well, you're less likely to get ick if the temperature is a little bit higher, but if you only got it like in that mid 70s or something, then mid 70s, higher 70s, still leaving the door cracked open for that ick there. Hence why, yeah, I've learned that whenever I get ram cichlids and all that now, I tend to keep it more towards the lower 80s now. And ever since I've done that, I mean, knock on wood here, I have not dealt with ick on any of my ram cichlids yet, ever since I've started keeping them in the lower 80s. Stephen P, I actually did once upon a time. It was with my figure 8 puffers in the 54 corner brackish tank. I did try puffer community in there. I had a night goby in there with a little group of mollies in there, and it went well for about 6, 7 months. But then the figure eights got a little bit tired of their company, and once I noticed that they had killed one of the mollies, it was time to get all the other mollies out of there. And they were leaving the night goby alone for a while, but then I also noticed that the night goby was looking kind of stressed, and the figure 8 puffers were kind of getting tired of his company too. So unfortunately, I don't have that as a community tank anymore. Everybody has been removed from that tank now. So unfortunately, no, I haven't. In terms of that, I don't anymore, but I have tried it. Oh, okay. So you're talking about mixing puffer species. That I have not, and I mean, a lot of people would tell you to not even think about it. Um, I mean, at the same time, I'm also like, I mean, look, like 510 gallons. If you put red eye puffers in here with pea puffers, you could most definitely do it. Hell, I mean, you get an avocado puffer and a spotted Congo puffer or an Amazon puffer with spotted Congo. Could you do it? Sure, but you need like a massive tank. But I personally would say, I don't know, like I say, mixing puffer species, I don't know if I'm ever going to try that because, yeah, puffers are just such a territorial fish. And I mean, there's, it's one thing to have aggressive fish in there too, but knowing how puffers can be just so freaking territorial, frankly, as a rye guy would say, I would be personally a person where I'd be like, yeah, I'm not, that is the wrong one. But yeah, as Bunny Viper would say, nope, I personally don't think I'm ever going to try it. But I mean, if it's an absolutely massive tank, like I say, you put pea puffers with red eyes and you got like a 500-gallon tank, could it be done? Sure. But like I say, I'm not sure I'd want to put a 510-gallon tank there. But yeah, I would personally say, yeah, don't mix. I would not recommend mixing puffer species together. That's me. I have seen people try to mix a Fahaka with a Mabu as well, and even that I figured would. Most people say that it may go well for a while when they're juveniles, but once the Fahaka and the Mabu grow of age, usually the Fahaka goes into asshole mode. And yes, I'm just going to be straight up there. It's yeah, unfortunately, as cool as it would be, I think unfortunately that's just probably something I'm not going to try. All things fish, how's it going? Love that logo there too. The Bozeman Rainbow and the ATF there. Yes. Yep, that is unfortunately that is the bitter truth. As cool as it would be mixing puffers, I mean, I've seen like in saltwater, I've seen people sometimes keep like a dog face puffer with a porcupine puffer. I'm not going to speak against or for that because again, saltwater is not my niche, and yeah, I just don't know jack squat about the saltwater side really. Hey, it's let alone the saltwater puffer side, but unfortunately, yes. I mean, aquatic moose. I mean, it'd almost be like putting a male beta with a male with another male beta. I feel like the fighting and the Thunderdome wouldn't stop until, yeah, literally one of them is dead. Leo, yeah, traditionally dragon puffers tend to be, especially territorial. Although that's kind of, I learned that's kind of the ambush puffers in general, not just a dragon, but like a potato puffer or a Congo puffer would be another name, or a red Congo puffer, depending on what variant you want there. An arrowhead puffer, same thing. Dragon puffer, hairy puffer. A lot of those ambush puffers, especially, just do not tolerate tank mates of any sort whatsoever. No kidding. Welcome to the Thunderdome. I mean, it's literally, yeah. That's I mean Thunderdome 2.0. It's just yikes. Yep, two different puffers, two different tanks. Absolutely. The thing though with my dragon puffer, I mean, I kind of had a weird one because yeah, I was always told that yeah, dragons are very territorial, and I know some people that have had dragons that very much live up to that narrative. However, Mushu was not all that. He really wasn't all that territorial. I tried to feed him. I mean, I had feeder guppies in there, and every once in a while he'd take them down on if like he got super hungry. But a lot of times, I mean, there were always feeders guppies in there with him. He was never always super adamant about chasing him down. Part of that was probably because he didn't like the move too terribly much. He just kind of liked to find a couple of different spots in his tank and just chill. But I mean, I also think I kind of had a dragon puffer that was a little more on the strange end of the spectrum. But yes, Leo, do I ever worry about cross contamination when changing water? Bought a new pump and hose to change it faster. Worried it can cause an issue. I guess if you're talking about like when I like do water changes, like with the siphon or python, um, I guess yes, but also no. I mean, I always test to kind of see what the water parameters are before I even do water changes and such. Which, by the way, I do that a lot with the scripts I use. I mean, obviously the API chemistry set, but the main one I've also tended to use. I like to use those aquarium co-op test strips, and I tell you what, those things, at least based on my experience, they've been pretty accurate, and I'm very pleased with how those things have been. But I would say I personally haven't been too worried about it because I always know before I stick the siphon or python in there, I always kind of know where each tank is at retrospectively. But I mean, it's always on the back of my mind here too because yeah, the last thing I want to do is if one tank like is in the beginning stages of like say if something is going bad in there and I don't know about it, the last thing I want to do is introduce it to another tank and worsen the workload on me and trying to correct it. But something like that. I mean, yeah, it's I haven't worried about it too much there. Now, if I had like all my tanks on like one giant sump system, like what fish stores would do, yeah, that would scare the heck out of me. And it's exactly why I don't care how big my fish room ever gets. I will never ever do that. Each tank in my fish room will always, I repeat, always have its own filtration system. Because yeah, I don't want that spreading around up my other tanks. If one tank goes bad, I don't need all my tanks going bad. That's just me. Only Oscars. Don't think I said hi to you earlier. Welcome aboard. Leo asks, what's the change of having two spotted Congo puffers or what's the change of having two spotted Congos? Would it be an issue? Want to add a puffer a month until I get 4. I mean, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to push it out too much longer than that because I would say each puffer that you add, something that I would do to hopefully kind of keep the hierarchy from getting too established is move around some of the bits and pieces of your aquarium, like if you got rocks or wood in there or other decor pieces, move it around a little bit so it kind of looks like a new territory and such each time you add a puffer in there. Because the problem is, I mean, if sometimes with the puffers, once they get in there, I mean, thing is, one, they're a very intelligent fish. Hence, once they get in there, it doesn't take very long usually for them to set up like a little hierarchy there, especially when you got a shoal of puffers in there. But I guess I'm trying to figure out exactly how to explain it without going too deep on a tangent, but that'd be my best advice. There, I guess it also kind of depends on how big the tank is too, because I mean, spotted Congos can get around give or take the 6-inch range too. So I would also kind of depend on what tank you're putting them in as well. But I'd say, yeah, that'd be my main thing is to hopefully reset that hierarchy, move some stuff around, kind of give it a little different, change up the aquascape a little bit so it looks like a new tank for them and such. Checking through the chat, yes. Doesn't look like I'm in. All right. Wow, we've gone well over an hour and a half here already, and yeah, it's about 10 after midnight, so. Leo, I mean, it kind of depends because I mean, sometimes if you get puffers that are trying to breed and such, then I mean it's a totally different ballgame, which is something with my spotted Congo puffers I was not prepared for, honestly. And I sometimes wonder if that was a bit of how they ran into the demise that they did. But I mean, yes, but also no. It just kind of depends on how it goes out. Because I mean, if you get 2 puffers that are showing courtship behavior and trying to mate, then if you have 3 puffers, the third wheel in there, it could end up being in trouble. So, I mean, personally, I would try to keep it at an even number if possible. I feel like that would at least lessen the likelihood of running into trouble. But that would be my problem with 3. It's like, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it's crazy. But, I mean, puffers are just, especially, like I say, if you end up getting a male and a female and they start showing courtship and you have 3 puffers in there, then yeah, then it could be, then you're talking a whole different ball game. So personally, I would say I would introduce 2 at a piece there. I wouldn't do, I mean, if you want to do 1 and then add another one later, but once you get to 2, I would then try to keep it at an even number, or at least that's what I would do. Yeah, and that too. I mean, if you get 2 males, they could fight. If you get 2 females, you may end up having them fight. I mean, not always. There are exceptions across the board here, but I mean, yeah, puffers, they are a wild card all on their own sometimes, which is kind of why I love them. But yes. All right, guys. Well, I got to be honest here. My mind is starting to go in shutdown mode. I got to feed some of the fish here yet. But actually, you know what? Where's my phone at? Before we wrap up this stream, we'll go ahead and we'll feed some of the tanks here. We're not going to feed Mac here, though, because, yeah, he ate earlier. And I think tonight we're just going to leave Mac alone, let him at his own pace get used to his, let him get used to his new environment here. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow he'll be a little more active and such. Because like I say, I do want to make a video on this as well because I know not everyone likes, not everyone likes these long streams and such. But yes. All right, here we go. Add my
phone to the stream. Remove that. Here we go. All right, guys, let's go feed some fish. Yep. There he is. A little close up on Mac. How you doing, buddy? Trying to get my camera to focus. It's a little blurry. There we go. He is a beautiful fish, though, ain't he? I don't want to get too close to your face, though, because I don't want to spook you either, buddy. All right. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, there's the king. And here's the queen. How's it going, Finley? Of course, we can't have a late night stream without showing you, right? The queen would forbid it. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll do the goldfish here. We'll give them their bits and pieces first. Namely, we'll give them some extra large granules of Vibrabites. They love this stuff. Look at that big lion head up here, too. Big mouth fishy. Pull up the chat here real quick. Comments, that way I can see. Yeah, he don't look overly happy, does he? Mac is I don't think he's fully sure what to think about me right now. I'm pretty sure if I was in the water right now, he's like, yeah, I would definitely bite you right now. Here we go. I know some of y'all were asking about the beta earlier. Here we go. There's one of the betas right there, along with the others here in the 29. Those 4 angels are starting to color up here nicely as we get them growing out here before we move them on over to the rest of the angels. Actually, Demon, I think you were the one that was asking me about the beta earlier. So yeah, there's one of them right there. All right, let's get you guys your due diligence. There you go, guys. Get a little caught. There we go. Very nice. Okay, down here. Where are you at, big guy? Oh, there you are. You're right up here by the front. He's like, I'm waiting. Okay, there you go, buddy. Oh, there you go. He recognizes it now. There you go, big fella. No tank mates in here with him just yet. Well, I guess unless you include the plethora of snails that we have in here, but... All right. Across the way to the 125-gallon angelfish community tank, who are picking on my Anubius back there. Damn you guys. Those things are supposed to taste bitter and waxy to you guys. Why do you keep nipping on that? You're going to kill it. All right, here we go. Some bug bite flakes for these guys. Some loaches there. You see him peeking his head out there too. I don't know how much longer this knife is going to be in here, though. He's getting a little too territorial for my liking, though. He's not horrible, but I don't know. I might move him on before he gets horrible. Had someone that was interested in him, too. So next, here we go. Jewel Cichlid. Cruel mistress she is. Yeah, because you used to have some other Jewel Cichlids living with you a while back, well before I had this channel. And yeah, this Missy here, she is quite the executioner. Mean fishy. All right, here we go, guys. On to the 240 here. All right. Feed the rainbows and such. There we go. They just swarm all over that stuff, don't they? Whatever they don't get, those plecos down there and the pair of clown loaches will be happy to get it as well. Somewhere our dojo's at. Oh, there we go. There's our dojo. Oh, no, why'd you go in there? You're going to get yourself stuck. Oh, who am I kidding? He's a flexible little guy. Moving on. Let's go to the Exodons. Some bug bite flake for you guys as well. Woo! A little more than I wanted to put in there. They'll get it, though. They're a ravenous bunch. Just look at how they eat that, guys. It's like a little school of piranha. Whew. Might have to do a slight water change in there tomorrow. I put a little more in there than I initially wanted to. Whew. Well, you guys can eat to your heart's content tonight, that's for sure. All right, green spotted. Ooh, water's looking a little bit low. Might need to add some water here to you guys here soon. I don't know why I got that on. All right, we got nothing in here anymore, which is honestly kind of relieving because hopefully now I can just kill the light, and hopefully as I turn the light off here, that will allow me to hopefully kill off some more of that algae in there, because I have done so many things to try to get that under control and just never could. It's kind of annoying. Algae in general is just kind of irritating. Right. And I'll have to feed that 20-gallon long up there off stream because, well, that's a bit of a challenge to get up there. All right. Speaking of the Power By Puffer there he is. How's it going, Roger? Peeking his head out like, is it dinner time yet? No? Well, if you're not going to feed me, I'm just going to go back in my rock here. All right, hang on. See Finley over there, begging for seconds there in the distance. Okay. Gonna break off some frozen foods for some of our fishies here. That's a good piece right there. The meat for the predators. Tonight's menu: jumbo bloodworms and carnivore mixtures. All right, Roger, you're peeking your head out. So what do you say? Oh, yeah, looks like he's interested. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? He's like, yeah, I think you should just shut up and give it to me. Boom. He's like, later. Oop, I dropped it. Excuse me. Just gonna grab that. Thank you. Crazy little thing. Funny little fish, though he is. Woo! Boy, he made short work of that. All right, Finley. Had some half clams earlier today here to trim down her teeth. So she's eager for her big krill steak here. All right, girl, here you go. Oh, I was say, you're not going to leave that up there now, are you? He's like, I don't like being recorded when I eat. All right, we'll leave you alone. She doesn't, though. Sometimes she gets a little She does not like it when I sometimes record her when she eats. She don't like that always. All right, I'm gonna leave you alone. And of course, crazy girl. She's already eating over there again. Well, now she's going back down again because I was just talking about her. She's like, I don't trust you right now. All right. So you saw the ghost knife earlier. Hey, shoo, shoo, shoo. Here we go. We got some krill for him. There we go. And yes, that's the cool thing about these ghost knives here is they're a fish that you can actually hand feed too. They're another fish that's really, really intelligent. Oh, get out of here, angelfish. There you go, buddy. Hey, come on, right there. There you go. A little bit more for this guy here as well. Whoop, I dropped that piece. Well, the angelfish are going to get that one. All right, buddy, here you go. Hey, there you go. Couple more pieces. There you go. Awesome. All right, here you go. Isn't that cool, though? Black ghost knives. Such a cool fish. Very, very cool fish. All right. Time to feed this ghosty down here. Small tap on the glass to let them know it's coming. Otherwise, all these bozos here will try to steal it. Oh, come on, go, get it. No, get out of here. You, no. Oh, you dorks. You made me drop it. Well, that's also why I bring up multiple ones. That one will be for the loaches. Darn rainbows getting in the way. All right, dude, let's try this one more time. Oh, you little bastard! There you go, buddy. Get that. There you go. He got it. You're a jerk. Yeah, I'm talking about you, little Bozemoney. You're a jerk. And look at him fighting over the other piece over here. Ravenous bunch they are. A very ravenous bunch they are. Aquatic moose, yes. Black ghost knives sometimes do that. And unfortunately, that one has done that to a couple of my platinum angels recently. So that one black ghost knife over there and that 125, like I say, probably not going to be there too much longer because that stuff will tick me off very quick. Melvin, how's it going? Good to see you. All right. I see Finley actually, she ate most of that krill that I gave her earlier, but there is some left over. All right. We got some jumbo bloodworms here for our 5 green spotted puffers here. And I tell you what, watch these guys go crazy. It's like the Nemo seagulls. Mine, 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 mine. They're so cool though. And I tell you what, they don't leave leftovers. They get all of it. They go crazy. Oh yeah, look at them. They're already getting nice plumping around. Funny little things. All right. By the way, I am on the fence here. I might move some of those plants on over to the 510 here later on too. I kind of want to get the algae under control on there first before I do it, because the last thing I want is that algae to transfer over into there. But C-Max still, yep, still hanging out by his little wood piece over there. Amazons, what's up, guys? These guys you actually got to watch because these guys, yeah, You see, they get a little too comfortable around my fingers. Yep. See? One of these times you guys are going to get me too. There you go. That's plenty for you too. All right. Figure 8 puffers. Here you go. Woo, dash. There you go. Hey, little dude, you're missing out. It's over there. Go get it. Your buddy's over there going to take all the food. Oh, there you go. He's starting to see it. Oh, there you go. See? He's putting it in the rocks for you. He'll find that. It's always gone by morning. All right. Down here to the bottom, 75. To the flower horn. Whoop, where are you? Ooh, you're over there. There he is. He's behind our plant over there. Hey, buddy. There you go. He's like, ooh, food? Hello. Yes, please stop filming me and just put the freaking food in here. All right. I'm going to put that down for a minute. Get our flower horn some food here. There we go. Woo, boy. I wish I could have got my camera just a little bit quicker. He just really went in and shredded that. Sorry about that buzz in there. That's actually, let's not do that. Absolutely shredding those bloodworms. He is. Check the chat here real quick. I apologize if I missed some of you guys' questions in the chat here. When I'm on my phone here, it doesn't give me the best options and such to film and also check the comments here. Check to see here. Jeff, what type of puffer is up here with the shipwreck? Jeff, these are green spotted puffers, and they are in brackish water. This is one of my 2 brackish water tanks, along with the 54 corner back there. But yep, this is a 75-gallon brackish aquarium. In terms of specific gravity, I have them at 1.012 in here. So higher end of the brackish spectrum, but some people even tell you that these guys can go full marine too, which actually you can if you slowly work them up to it. But I may not do that right now. I think they're perfectly happy with where we're at. But yep, green spotted puffer is probably one of my favorites. Beautiful yellowish green color with those spots. They're also sometimes known as a leopard puffer too. I need to get like a little spotlight video or care guide on these guys too, because I tell you what, I mean, they were doing okay in freshwater, but their colors have just exploded since I put them in the brackish water here. Coro heading off there, or maybe you headed off here for a little bit. But appreciate you coming in here, Coro, and hanging out with us a bit. Hope you have a great night. All right, cool. Out of the comments again. Okay, just sitting here double checking, making sure I got all that. And there you go. The Amazons, they have already killed most of those bloodworms already. Need to drain that tank there soon, as that's been empty actually about for a month. I've just been procrastinating because, of course, been going nuts on that thing back there. All right. Tell you what, Roger. Hey, want seconds? Seconds? Looks like he might. How about it, buddy? Oh, yes. Second indeed. Nom. Oh, you dropped it. You dropped it again, dude. Roger, you let it go. You let like half of it go. Let's see. If I just keep the blue light on, will you go get it? Oh, you can't really see Jack then, though, can you? He wasn't too quick and keen on coming out of there anyway, so he'll get that before morning too. And if not, well, we'll have to give him a slight water change, I guess. All right. Yep, you were fed. Looks like a lot of the bloodworms here are already taken out. Ooh, got a little algae on the front here. Gonna have to scrub that here later. All of y'all were fed, so we're good here. Oop, is that a little bit? Yep, we got a little bit of krill up here yet. There you go, guys. There you go. Oop, dropped a little bit there. There you go, guys. Got that one. You guys have all been fed. So as this big beauty. So have you guys. The queen has been fed. See you later, Finley. We'll come back to you in a minute, buddy. Exodons have been fed. The Amazons. Flowerhorn finishing up his dinner down there. Y'all are nice and round now. They were thinking they were about to get more. Pretty sure you guys wouldn't finish off another cube yet. I know. I tried. Well, Roger, I forgot to get your light earlier, buddy. There we go. All right. Gonna get this thing. Actually, you know what? We did not feed this one. Like that. There we go. All right, going up. Whoops. This is not the most practical way to do it, but it works. You guys are a little wacky too because you don't like to eat unless their light is off. So there you guys go. Oh. Woo! About dropped it. Skipper, how's it going? Yeah, I'm sure Roger there wouldn't mind taking a bite out of my hand, nor would Finley. All right. Think we got that all covered now. All right. Yep. We are. I think everybody now has been fed. If you still ate some snails and krill earlier today. All right. I think we're good to go. And yep, all you guys, the minnows and snails, they've had like, well, that's no good. Let's fix that here real quick. Am I going to have to add some more weight up here to fix this later? That's going to be annoying. Oh. There's our FX5 back here doing its magic. There we go. All right, guys. Well, I think that is going to about do it here. I think we got everybody fed. I think we're all good here. All right.
There we go. Back to the original screen. All right, guys. Well, yeah, as Jeff here was just saying, yeah, it is way past pass out time. So, y'all, I greatly appreciate y'all coming in here, hanging out with us for a little over 2 hours now. It's been, and we still got 20 people here. Greatly appreciate all of y'all for hanging out here as we moved Mac on into his new home here. But, yep, guys, appreciate y'all hanging out with us here tonight. I'm going to go ahead, hit the hay here, call it a night myself. But again, thank you so much for all support and coming in here and watching. I will have a video later on talking about this as well, probably taking some clips from the stream as well. So, as always, guys, y'all know the drill. Thanks for all the support. If you're new, haven't done so already, click the like, tag button, leave a comment below, whether if you're the replay crew or whatever. And of course, click the subscribe button if you haven't already to stay in the loop with everything I do. Plenty more coming up on this awesome little guy right here, along with all sorts of other stuff here in the fish room. Thank you all for the support one more time, and I'll see you all again in my next video, guys. As always, stay fantastic.